it's time for yet another fabulous Sunday night news and nonsense. And before we interrogate Toss on how he's been doing with the Manjaro challenge, Deckard, where the heck have you been?
Well, here, there, everywhere. It's nice to be back on the show again.
Achoo! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm allergic to bull snot. Toss, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing cold, but it was snowing today in Ohio, and I don't like it.
Here too.
The stable or horse stable, Toss. Freezing cold up there. Well, hey, this gives you a chance to spend more time with your computer and endure the 30-day challenge of Manjaro. How's that going out for you now?
I must say, so far, it's running zippy, no major hiccups. So far, running, 3 or 4 little tests. It's smooth sailing.
Now, did you build anything from the AUR like I asked you?
Not yet. I may do that last. Oh, shut up.
But at least it's working out nicely for you then, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool deal. And I'll have to go and check out that video and everything. Maybe I'll do that after the show. I did see you got some new videos up, but I was tied up doing other things because I'm doing things for the next MCOL release already. So, yeah, I'm thinking about going to a monthly release schedule. We'll see how that goes. At any rate, looks like Microsoft is back up to their tricks again. Microsoft auto-scheduling Windows 10 updates. Windows 10 has been with us a little over 8 months now, which means there are only about 4 months remaining to get a free upgrade from an older Windows operating system. As the clock counts down, Microsoft has begun to auto-schedule PCs to upgrade to Windows 10 with or without consent from end users. Now, because each user on Windows 10 increases the amount of advertising information available to Microsoft, which in turn enables Microsoft to earn more revenue from selling this data, it's not surprising that Microsoft wants everyone to use its new OS. This led to Microsoft offering Windows 10 as a free upgrade to both Windows 7 and Windows 8, as users of either OS were unlikely to want to pay for a new OS or an already relatively new PC. Interestingly enough, JD shared an article with me stating that Windows has actually dropped down to 90% market share. Wow!
Yeah, thanks to you, Spatchy. Way to go, man.
Well, just not entirely.
I know.
I mean, Deckard helped a little bit too, didn't you, Deckard?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, the 0.000000001% that uses Triskel.
Yeah, well, I'm holding my breath waiting on that Triskel video of yours to come out.
Well, I wouldn't do it too much longer. You're looking kind of black and blue.
What you got, Toss?
Well, the world's largest cruise ship is now available for surfing the seas. It is called the Harmony of the Seas, and get this, it cost $1 billion. That's billion with the B and Spatry. It runs on Windows 10, which means you will have no privacy in your rooms. Haha.
Is that's you're already starting off with nonsense this early in the show, Toss?
The first part is entirely true. There is a new ship, Harmony of the Seas. It's for real.
Okay. All right. What you got, Deckard?
The Debian project is officially dropping support for i386, 486, and 586 class 32-bit CPUs. So it looks like a bunch of older Linux machines will be dropped, kicked to the curb. But 686 is still available, which I believe is the last 32-bit line that they made.
Oh, okay, so they are still going to be releasing 32-bit OSs then, because I imagine that would really tick off quite a lot of people if they were to drop 32-bit. So they're not dropping it then, right?
No, it's 686 and higher. I mean, anyone running a 386, 486, or 586 is kind of running an ancient machine. But one of the biggest things that Linux has been well known for is how well it works on older computers. And I myself am actually running a 386 with Linux on it. So, as Debian starts to put it at the top of the tree, if you will, it's going to trickle down to all these other different distros. So probably not for another year or two, we'll start to see some changes. And I don't think many people will see it, but there still will be support for, quote, modern day 32-bit machines. And most 32-bit machines that are still up and running will still work.
Okay, fair enough. So maybe, Debian does that, then obviously it's going to trickle off to Mint and Ubuntu and everybody else. But as long as there's a 32-bit version, I don't think there's going to be total pandemonium in the community. Well, the Linux desktop the year of the Linux desktop will probably never, ever, ever get here, folks. But I'll tell you what, Linux will be the major operating system of 21st century cars. Cars are more than engines and good-looking bodies. They're also complex computing devices, so of course, Linux runs inside them. And Linux just doesn't run on servers via Android, your phones. It also runs in your cars. Of course, no one has ever bought a car for its operating system, but Linux is already powering the infotainment heads-up and display and connecting the car to 4G and Wi-Fi systems for such major manufacturers as Toyota, Nissan, Jaguar Land Rover. And Linux is on its way to Ford, Mazda, Mitsubishi, and Subaru. Cool. What you got, Toss?
Yeah, I saw that article too. I do believe that the future of Linux, at least some of it, is going to be in cars, especially with driverless cars. Of course, we've had driverless cars in the past with people texting and driving, but anyway, Linux.
Yeah, it's a good thing they're not. It's a good thing they're not putting Windows in those cars, right? The blue screen of death while you're trying to get directions to Wendy's.
Yeah, sure. Then the car, wait, I have to reboot, stall. No, but Linux, Linux Mint, some Linux Mint news, of course, the popular Linux distribution. Linux Mint, apparently in version 18's battery, they will end out-of-box installation of multimedia codecs. Their reasoning is shipping with codecs involves a lot of work, and they will let users decide to choose what they want to post install. I'm not sure if that's very user friendly for beginners. What do you think?
I actually found that article as well, and I looked more in depth into that. And it appears to me, and I may be wrong, so don't quote me on this or anything, but it appears to me as though presently they have two downloads. They have a non-codec download and then the download that already has the codecs in it. They're going to remove both of those. And during the installation process, there will be a checkbox. They'll say, please install the proprietary codecs and so on in my installation. So rather than have two separate files that have the codecs and don't, they'll just have one with the option to, during the installation, install the codecs yourself, just as almost all the other distributions do. That's what I understand it to be. But I could be wrong.
All right, fair enough. All right, time for a little bit of nonsense news. Sorry, Shirley Bassey, but it looks like diamonds aren't really forever. A $4,000 gemstone didn't survive the squeeze after being placed underneath a hydraulic press. This is from the Huffington Post. Lori I can't even pronounce the name, but there's a Finnish factory behind the hydraulic press channel on YouTube, and they tested this device on a 1.2 carat jewel. And in the video posted online on Saturday, it's clear that this machinery came out totally on top, and I mean just completely turned it into diamond dust. So diamonds aren't forever anymore.
I guess don't compress your luck.
Your turn, Todd.
Man attempts to rob car wash with potato chip bag. Authorities say a man tried to. I cannot make this stuff up. Authorities say a man tried to rob a car wash in Northern California with an empty potato chip bag and an alleged handgun. Yes, I think the guy was attempting to threaten her with high cholesterol, but yeah.
Deckard, you got any nonsense news?
No nonsense over here this week, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, before I reveal this one, I'm actually pasting a link in the channel here for you guys to look at because I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna read the. Okay. Well, okay. There's this new shirt called the Jerk Shirt, and it lets you jiggle your rhubarb without fear of getting caught.
Splash guard. Oh my god.
What'll they think of
basically
next?
what it is it's this shirt that has a prosthetic arm in it, and and then underneath it's got a splash guard, and so you can. There's even a video attached to this. It's nuts.
Oh boy.
Who comes up with this stuff? But apparently it's true. Yeah. So. Just visit jerkshirt.com and get yours.
That
today.
is so wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I was like, yeah. Your turn, Toss. Beat that one.
Oh, please.
No
this
pun
is-
intended.
Oh, of course not. This is from Deckard. You're from Canada, right?
That's right.
Well, this is a story out of Quebec. I don't know why a guy would steal this, but $200,000 worth of bees stolen from a Quebec beekeeper. That is one large sting operation, let me tell you. I guess there's money in stolen bees because of their honey. I've never seen a headline like this before.
You know, it was actually a big deal up here, too. Almost all the radio stations were talking about it. And I don't know, maybe it's just a Canadian thing, but they were pretty serious. They were pretty serious about how somebody would even think about stealing such precious bees.
Yeah, it's, well, in fact, the headline says, buzzkill, haha.
Well, I'm all out of news. What, you got anything else, Toss?
Yeah, actually I do. I want to give another quick shout out to a former YouTuber of the month, Stephanie Fourier, singer, songwriter. We've had a couple podcasts. We talked. Oh, just shut up and listen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Smack of Deckard. Whack. We talked. We talked about texting and driving here and in Germany. She's touring in Germany. So we talked about texting and driving. She sent me a picture, and this is something I would pick for news and nonsense. But she sent me a billboard. I'm looking at the billboard. I'm like, okay, so the billboard, at the bottom of the billboard, it has in fine print, and I'm assuming it's sponsored by like someone like Watkins Funeral Home, right? And in big bold letters on top, it says, now keep in mind who it was sponsored by, it says in bold print, text and drive.
Oh, I've seen that billboard.
Okay, I don't get it.
It's a billboard posted by a funeral home that says text and drives. They're trying to encourage you to text and drive to boost their business.
Okay,
Jeez, talk about slow.
I couldn't understand why. Well, yeah. Now I understand. They want more business. Yeah. God, that's evil.
I
please
think
text and drive so that we can bury you.
I think it was to wake people up to do the opposite. I'm hoping that's the case, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it is Germany.
Well, no, I think this was a billboard here in the States, and maybe that's a way of sending loves and kisses and hugs from Germany. But no, I'm sure that was meant to be as an anti-texting and driving billboard. But I found it wickedly humorous. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay. Anything else, Toss?
No, I think we can buzz out of here.
Take the bees with you. All right, well, then that's all we have for this week's News and Nonsense Report. Thank you, Deckard, for finally gracing us with your presence.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and we're still waiting on that Triskel video. Yeah, I know. You're just too busy. Oh, never mind. I'm telling you, it must be time to call it a night. I'm getting sleepy. Goodbye.
Adios, muchachos.
Ciao.